Hello and welcome to Travel Market Life, and this is the preview to the 22nd Annual International Hotel Technology Forum. In our annual event, of which I host Stream B, the guest experience, we bring together hoteliers and technology vendors to look at some of the emerging developments of digitalization and tech evolution to help the hospitality and hotel industry meet demands around operations and guest experience. Packed full of engaging content, market intelligence, and high-level networking, this event is structured around one-to-one meetings where hoteliers and vendors take part in mutually agreed pre-scheduled business meetings in order to be able to explore some of the problems and the solutions to help move businesses forward. Across the three-day event happening between the 18th and 20th of March 2025 in the Algarve, Portugal, we'll be looking across two streams. Stream A, looking at operations, and Stream B, exploring guest experiences. Stream A this year will be chaired by Nicholas Wyatt, the head of R&A, Travel and Tourism at Global Data. Nicholas is a new chair taking over from Ted Horner. Ted Horner will continue as moderator for some of the panel discussions within Stream A. Stream B will be hosted by myself, Ryan Haynes, Director of Haynes Marcoms and host here of Travel Market Life, the podcast, as we explore the guest experiences and setting the tone of the stay from the first click. I'll also be moderating a number of panel discussions. These include practical AI applications and implementation to supercharge your hotel. How can hoteliers regain control over guest reservations? And elevating the guest experience with advancements for smart in-room tech. In this podcast, we'll be hearing from two of the presenters and panelists in the program, Tiago Alves, the Director of IT Operations at the Belmond, and Magdalena Osmola, the Marketing Director at Villamora World. Let's hear what they have to say.
Welcome to Travel Market Life, your companion for industry insights and professional business development. Travel Market Life. Join us by webcast, video or podcast.
Joining me now is Tiago Alves, Director of IT Operations at the Belmond. Now, Tiago, you're going to be involved in two sessions in the program at the International Hotel Technology Forum. Tell us about these two sessions.
Right, so I'll be part of a panel discussing in-room technology and how in-room technology can help the hotels and what are the plans for enhancements or investments or innovations on that front. And also I'll have a presentation on to tell about the experience that Belmond has been through in the past couple of years with digital transformation and how we smoothly went through this big project of changing PMS and POS systems. So hopefully it will bring some insights to the rest of the attendees.
Absolutely. I mean, technology is so fast and there are the two streams looking at operations and also guest experience. When you're approaching some of the technology and developments there, do you split it between operations and guest experience, or are you having to take a very holistic approach and look at ways in which technology can bridge the two and solve problems at the same time?
Yeah, so I have a foot in both, right? Being the IT operations director at Belmond. So obviously I'll always look to have better technology that could streamline processes, but also always keeping in mind that we need to keep operations running. So whatever technology we try to build in or to bring on to the property teams, always making sure that it is to help them, that helps streamline their processes and their work and not to overload their existing and already busy days and tasks operating the properties. So yeah, on these kind of events, I try to have a look on both streams and see, obviously trying to choose the right presentation so that I can take the most out of it.
Now, it's quite a packed program across the 3 days. What particular topics and discussions are you interested in this year's program?
Well, I saw a couple of presentations or discussions around AI. So that's something always interesting to see what are the trends out there and what new technologies are out there leveraging AI. There is another very interesting one that I would like to have a look around digital wallet keys. I think that is something that is popping up and will be a good topic to understand what is new there. And obviously being a little bit more technical, which is my main background, there are a couple of sessions on IT related stuff, mainly on ruckus and how we could leverage the data. I believe that it is something related to a platform that we have just actually implemented at Belmond. So I'd like to see and get more details on that as well.
Excellent. So a lot that you can squeeze out of those 3 days. Is this the first time that you've attended or will be attending the IHTF?
No, I believe this is my fourth time, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I like the event structure. I know that sometimes the one-to-one meetings might be super tiring because it's one after the other, and we meet with a lot of vendors, and also the vendors meet with a lot of people. But I think it's a good structure because one, you can look at the presentations, you can take your time and meet with specific vendors that you want to, and also at the same time, which I believe that all these conferences and sessions are about, is to continue build your networking and keep your contacts and see your contacts that sometimes is not that often.
Now, what do you think are some of the big challenges for European hoteliers at the moment?
I think two main things probably. So one, I think we have a lot of different companies providing the same kind of services, which in a way it's good because obviously you can choose and can select the right partner for your business. But on the other end, maybe it's also sometimes overload your inboxes with contacts and connections and the meetings and discussions. That's one, which again, it's not the end of the world. The second, which I believe it's a little bit more complicated, is due to the current global situation. Prices are inflating a lot. So sometimes to get, different kind of goods, you have to pay much more than what you used to pay before. Also with, UK being out of EU, sometimes it also difficult processes and shipments and all that kind of stuff, because Belmond is the headquarters is based in the UK, but you have a lot of properties in the EU. So sometimes, it also difficults a little bit. So I think, the global situation and the cost increasing, it's probably the biggest challenge that we are facing at the moment with delays. And, sometimes we need to take that in consideration when you are building your project. That's for sure.
Excellent, Tiago. Well, I look forward to catching you up with you at the event and perhaps getting some of the insights and takeaways that you've got from the program whilst we're there, and seeing you in person, most importantly. So thank you ever so much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me and for providing this moment. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thanks, Tiago. I know we got Magdalena just joined as well. I'm just going to bring her in. So you're doing the opening keynote, I understand.
I do, yes. I actually, it's probably important to mention that I bring in a little bit of a different perspective. I do not work for a hotel as per se. I work for a destination. So it's a very niche sort of travel marketing or general destination marketing is a little bit of a niche in that sense that, we are looking here more holistically. So we are looking at the entire destination, including all the different hotels that we have, but also most importantly, residential tourism. So we build real estate, we construct places at the end of the day, and we design really the destination itself. Because I work for the investment fund that is actually building Villamora at the end of the day and designing the destination as per se. Okay, so all the tourist and residential experiences in the destination are sort of shaped by us. Okay, we are also owners of the marina. We recently finished the construction of the new marina in the destination. We're building so retail areas around. And, it's kind of looking at the destination from the more holistic perspective. And I think it's really important for the end client at the end of the day.
That's really interesting because, as you say, you're sort of designing that traveler experience. What are they going to expect when they arrive? What services? And then how, I guess, the hotel industry as a whole feeds into that, and the technology that will underpin some of those experiences at the same time. So tell me, Magdalena, about the session that you are going to be delivering at IHTF.
Right. So I will probably be starting to talk about decoding some of the latest trends. In terms of trends, I would like to focus mostly on behavioral trends. So looking at the potential client, their decision-making processes, and how can you captivate them even before they visit the destination. And that would be probably the first stage. So here, I would like to focus a little bit more, not only on technology. Actually, I quite like to refer to sort of a hashtag called less technology, more biology, because I think at the end of the day, the technology nowadays is moving towards that kind of blending experience with biology itself. What I mean by that, it's looking really at how people think. So a lot of neuroscience, trying to understand what are really the triggers for decision making. And decision making means, why do I choose a particular destination? So why would I be coming to Algarve, to Portugal, to Villamora? We have to really get back to all the trends that are linked with that. So looking at, sustainability, minimalism, looking for experiences, this emotional connection with the brand. And I think this is really the first step. Okay. Then once we sort of attract the people, I think it's all about how the technology can help us shape that experience. And I think here I will be focusing on three most important kind of technological enhancement and advancements from the last couple of years. So obviously AI, both looking at the generative and agentic AI. I think probably I will be flagging up some risks of using the agentic AI, because I think it's quite a topic now. And I think it's important to mention how far should we go, or maybe how far we shouldn't go. So yes, there will be a little bit on that. And then I would like to talk about spatial computing. So looking at VR and mixed reality, which for us, especially for real estate, I think for hotels, for travel as well, it's important. But I think especially for residential tourism, so, buying your second home is extremely important. And we have really advanced technology for that in Villamora. So we create sort of like a 3D master plan where you can see the destination, how it's going to look in 10 years. So, to the detail of, looking at the new marina, having a virtual walkthrough through the new marina that doesn't exist as of yet, being able to go to the shops that are not there yet, being able to choose the apartments that potentially you would like to stay at or purchase, including, price comparisons, views from particular balcony, from particular window of projects that don't exist yet. So I'd definitely like to show that in real life, how exactly advanced this technology is. And probably the third area, because there's so much to talk about, but we have also limit in terms of time. So the third area I would like to speak about is climate technology, and how, again, technology can help the issues that we are facing. So the climate change and, kind of work with sustainability. Again, great example here at Villamora, we are just launching a solar community. So we have a big central with solar panels, and each of our hotels and real estate projects are now equipped with solar panels, and we will have sort of like a central for the energy for the residents and travelers to share and use that energy in a collective way. So I think that's quite important to mention from the technology perspective as well. So these are just some ideas. We are still a couple of weeks away, so obviously I will be refining on the topic, but this is just to start to give you some idea of the session.
So much that you cover and look at from a destination perspective. And one of the areas in particular that really piqued my interest there was around the the diversification of accommodation and how this really impacts a region, an area like Villamora, from hotels to, as you say, sort of second homes, holiday homes, Airbnb type properties, service apartments. You must have it all there, and you must have to cater for all and look at how the accommodation market is expanding and changing all the time.
Absolutely. I mean, touristic apartments is something that we definitely specialize in. So we also have a specialized management company called Details. I think some of my colleagues from Details will be attending the event itself. So for us, it's again, building this holistic destination experience means that we even have a particular team specializing in managing touristic apartments. So definitely hugely important for us.
Now, it's not the first time that you've been a part of the International Hotel Technology Forum, I understand.
Correct. Yes. It's been a few years ago. I haven't come back since 2019 or 2018. I don't remember exactly which year it was, but I know of the event. I've been always, looking at your agenda. So yes, I'm familiar with it.
And what do you feel is a great value from attending and participating within an event like this that's so concentrated and has such a focus on a particular topic area for hoteliers?
I think it's mostly about knowledge sharing and meeting with peers. I think I like that the most here. So being able to, see what others have to say in that exact topic. And also I like the networking. So some of the social functions. So at the end of the day, it's not only about presentations, but more of a exchange, social exchange with a lot of peers.
Excellent. And could you just finally, what do you think are the couple biggest challenges for the European hotel and accommodation market at the moment?
Well, I would say, again, probably if we are looking at technology, it's sustainability. So making sure that all of our operations are sustainable. Okay. So here, how technology can help. So if there is anything that, with time will make us much, much more efficient in terms of sustainability. And again, I mean, mainly for destinations such as Villamora, where you have a lot of golf as well. Our obviously the golf operations, we have 5 golf courses here. So golf operations is huge as well for us. And how do we make it sustainable? It's always an issue. So I think that probably is the biggest challenge moving forward. And also, well, we all talk about AI. We all know that it's the biggest technology threat or possibility. I don't know yet. I'm not decided. But I think, yes, we need some sort of governance over that. And the next couple of years will be extremely interesting from that perspective. I'm a big fan of Yuval Harari. I don't know if you are aware of the author of Homo Deus, or like a lot of books that are, looking at the history of civilization, of human civilization, and how things are developing. And he's recently wrote a book about AI where he calls it alien intelligence rather than artificial intelligence, which is quite interesting how he looks at it and compares, to human brain, which at the end of the day, it's not the same. So I think particularly agentic AI is something that we have to be very, very careful with, just leaving decision making entirely to AI might be something that we should be very careful with. So I think this is a big sort of a challenge for us moving forward, how to manage it.
Well, I really look forward to what is the opening keynote, Unpacking Emerging Market Trends, with Magdalena Osmola, the Marketing Director at Villamora World. So thank you so much for being part of the conversation today. And I look forward to meeting you in person. And the great thing
Fantastic.
is I get to sit and watch your session on that.
Fantastic, Ryan. Great. I look forward to meeting you in a few weeks.
Thank you for joining us. Find out more about the International Hotel Technology Forum by checking their website, or follow up with our upcoming episodes where we'll be exploring more around the themes and topics that are being discussed in the programme. I'm your host, Ryan Haynes. Thanks for listening.
For more, go to Travel Market Life. The music Sensation by Zach Nelson is reproduced under license from Storyblocks. Travel Market Life is a Haynes Marcoms digital marketing agency production, serving the travel and technology industries.